When you're standing in front of a water heater aisle, the biggest question is usually, will this actually solve the hot water headaches I've been dealing with, or am I just swapping one inconvenience for another? I'm not here to hype a brand name or throw a checklist at you. I'm trying to help you figure out whether the Rinnai CXP199iN SENSEI CXP is the right fit for the way you actually use hot water, and where you might end up wasting money if it isn't. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the kind of buyer who keeps thinking about running out of hot water is usually someone with a high, unpredictable demand, a small restaurant that needs a steady flow for dishwashing, a duplex with 2 families sharing a single line, or a home where the morning routine involves simultaneous showers, laundry, and a quick heat bath for the kids. For those scenarios, a traditional tank can feel like a gamble. Once the stored water is exhausted, you're left with a cold shock. The Rinnai CXP199iN is marketed as a commercial-grade, on-demand system that promises to keep the tap hot no matter how many fixtures are running at once. That promise is the core of its value proposition, and it's worth digging into what that really looks like day to day. Installation is where many tankless systems trip up for the average homeowner. The effortless installation claim sounds good on paper, but in practice it means you need a gas line that can handle a 199,000 BTU draw and a proper venting setup. If you already have a 1-inch natural gas line and a suitable vent stack, the unit can be mounted fairly quickly. Most installers I talked to said they could have it up and running in a half day. The catch is that retrofitting an older home with a larger gas line can add a few $1,000s to the overall cost, and that's a hidden expense that can turn an otherwise attractive purchase into a budget surprise. Once it's on the wall, the enhanced connectivity and control feature becomes more than a buzzword. The unit comes with Wi-Fi integration that talks to Rinnai's Sensei app, letting you monitor flow temperature, set schedules, and even get alerts if a sensor detects a problem. For a property manager juggling several units, that remote visibility can cut down on service calls. If the app tells you a particular heater is cycling too often, you can send a technician before a tenant complains about lukewarm showers. For a single-family homeowner, the app is nice to have but not essential. You'll probably end up checking the display on the unit itself more often than you scroll through the phone. Maintenance is another practical angle. The commercial warranty that comes with the CXP199iN promises coverage for parts and labor for up to 12 years when you register it. That's a solid safety net if you're putting the unit through heavy use. Rinnai also markets the heater as simple maintenance, meaning a yearly descaling flush is the main task. In my conversations with plumbers, they noted that the unit's internal design makes those flushes straightforward, no need to disassemble anything complex. The downside is that you still need to schedule that service, and if you skip it, mineral buildup can gradually reduce flow and efficiency. So the value you get is proportional to how disciplined you are about that yearly routine. Now, let's talk about real-world performance. A 199 kBTU rating puts the CXP199iN in the same league as many small to mid-size commercial units. In a test kitchen I visited, the chef ran 3 dishwashers and a pot filler at the same time, and the water temperature held steady at 120 F. In a residential test house with 2 showers, a bathtub, and a washing machine, the temperature dipped slightly when the second shower turned on, but it never dropped below 110 F, which most people still consider comfortable. The system does have a built-in flow sensor that will throttle back if the gas supply can't keep up, so you might notice a modest reduction in flow if you truly max out the demand. That's a trade-off you have to weigh. You get endless hot water, but the strongest simultaneous flow you can achieve is bounded by the gas line capacity and the unit's internal limits. Who should buy this? If you run a small business that relies on a constant hot water supply, think coffee shops, laundromats, or a boutique spa, this heater is a practical investment. It eliminates the need for a large storage tank, saves space, and the remote monitoring can keep downtime to a minimum. Homeowners with large families, especially those with multiple bathrooms used at the same time, will also notice the convenience of not having to wait for a tank to recover. The commercial warranty and the ability to integrate the unit into a smart home ecosystem make it feel like a future-proof choice for those who don't want to revisit their water heating solution for a decade. Who should skip it? If you live in a modest-size apartment with a single bathroom, a standard tank or a smaller residential tankless model will likely meet your needs at a lower